So hi guys, Richard here from Dicking About, and this is our first project, a Range Rover Evoque. It is a category S write-off. Did some chassis damage and front end panel work, which I'll show you around now. So obviously the bumper's damaged. We've got a dent on the bonnet, which we'll probably repair. The headlight's missing, it is damaged, but I have got the headlight. The grille and all that doesn't look too bad. The wings look okay, but right inside there in that hole you can see the end of the chassis rail, and it has bent it. So the first job is to strip it all off, and let's see what we're dealing with. So as you can see guys, grille coming off, up on the lift, wheels off, getting the arch liners out, arches off, etc. Revealing those couple of bolts behind the bumper there. And the bumper to wing clips. And the under tray toe and eye cover off. And boom, the front bumper's off. And then strip the headlights out. And all the bumper support brackets, lots of bits smashed and broken. Intercooler coming off. And rad pack coming out. Okay guys, a couple of hours later, stripped all the damaged parts off, all the rad packs. It was actually holding aircon gas, which was a surprise to me. This piece is slightly bent, a bolt on part, and the actual structural damage on this vehicle is this bit here. See where the paint's come off. That part there is supposed to be 90 degrees. Now it is welded to the end of the chassis rail, and therefore it is a structural part of the vehicle, and that's why it was category S right off. So it has been categorized correctly in my opinion. Again, I'm not an expert in these things, but structural damage, that is part of the structure. So we are hoping to straighten that out now in-house ourselves, and see how we get on. Right guys, we have some parts for this in stock. We picked some parts up, being this crash bar, so we had something to go on. So we fashioned a piece of 3x3 timber, 3 original holes, and it's worked a treat with the leverage. Just pulled it out great. We did hopefully get some of that in the time lapse. So that's all nice and straight. Now you can't use spirit levels on cars as using the actual level part of it, because you're on a ramp, there's all different adjustments, you know, it doesn't really work. But what we have done here is used it as a straight edge, and we've measured off various reference points from the top to the edge of the front panel, and everything is absolutely spot on. We're actually like 1 mil out on one side. That's probably what Land Rover made it to be honest. It was that's nothing right on whatsoever. This had gone slightly back here. It's now all straight, all lovely and tidy, nice. So we'll put some paint to that, and then put the rad pack panel on when we find one on the bottom, and that's the chassis work complete. And it just goes to show, I am fortunate I have got use of a 2-post lift, but to be honest, you could have done this on the road outside the house really. Set of ramps or a good set of axle stands. And yeah, anyone could have fixed this really, so happy days. Right guys, we're back on the Range Rover tonight. Unfortunately the workshop is full, so I am going to use the ramp. We've picked up some parts. It turns out that this white crash bar was off a later model, so even though the bolt patterns for the legs are the same, we noticed that when we stripped our bumper apart that the bumper support brackets are different, so that was off a later model. So I've had a deep dive today down to pick up spares and good old Facebook Marketplace. We've now got a used front bumper, needs a few small repairs, and we've picked up more or less all the parts we need for this now. We did pick up you'll have to excuse the mess here today. We did pick up a rad pack, but unfortunately it had the wrong radiator in it, and the radiator was a bit sort of ropey, so big shout out to GT Motor Factors in the Enterprise Zone, Llansamlet, Swansea. They've sent us a brand new rad, and we've just built that back up now. So there's our nice new rad. So we've got our original fan control ECU or whatever, because the other one looked a bit rusty. The second-hand rad fans. I've cleaned the intercooler out. That's a top tip, right guys? I haven't done the outside of it, but inside has all been fully cleaned out. Purely for the reason you have no idea what the history of this engine has come off. You have no idea if there's any bits of turbo in there. So all that in there now is nice, shiny and clean. And my plan is to build it back up to a point and give the car a good wash. You know, get it all sealed back up, all the water and air system sealed back up, possibly put the headlights on it. And then we'll give the car a really good wash. I probably should have washed it if I started, but you know, it's one of those things. The car isn't actually particularly dirty on the outside, but now it's all apart. You can see it's quite grubby. What I do like about this car, it's got brand new Pirelli Scorpion rear tyres. There's Pirellis on the front which are really good. And as we pulled it apart inside looking, there's a brand new alternator on it, brand new drive belt, and I'd edge a bet that in there is a brand new flywheel as well. So it looks like it's had a clutch and flywheel. Some of the bolts you can see have been tampered with for the gearbox, so it's had the gearbox out, and that's what I think's happened there. So yeah, crack on and build some more of it up. As you see, the back of the van there is full of the new second-hand parts, and the red rad pack is now going back into it, and getting all secure back in, aircon pipes on, etc. Washer bottle going in, crash bar going on, the correct one this time. Horns. Right guys, we are losing the light there now. Obviously I'm outside working today. I've got all the front end built up so far, all the rad packs, washer bottle, new crash bar, horns work, and I've started it up, and can you believe it, I've got a lovely leak. So I think we'll have to leave that for another night. Right guys, we come up with a bodge. So this is a wheel stud, a spare for our trailer. I've got this hose off the second-hand rad pack we bought. We've now stuck one of those in there, one of those trailer wheel studs in there. We're going to fit this as a blank. Basically what's happened, this vehicle's on changeover here, and we've had the wrong radiator, but we also had the wrong radiator with the last second-hand pack, so we cut with a bodge because I've already fitted now and the motor factors ain't going to take it back. So schoolboy error on my part. Go down for everybody else to look out for. I thought I checked it all, but obviously not. So that is now going to get fitted to there, and that's going to be our bodge. Okay, just a clip to go on. So what's happened here guys is our original headlight lens and back frame was damaged. No, it isn't that easy to pull a lens off. We already heated up and scraped it off. We repaired the old light using a new light. Right guys, today's video, we're doing this a bit arse backwards to be honest with you. We're going to wash the Range Rover. Loads of bits of plastic go back on. It's fairly dirty. To be honest with you, I probably should have washed it if I started. There's mud on the arches. I don't think it's been flat out a farm truck, but it's definitely been farm tracks, maybe a horsey person's had it or whatever. So we're going to use some truck wash or G101. This is actually from AutoSmart. Dilute it down. We're going to spray it on the vehicle and then jet wash it off. Let's go. So yeah, spraying this on, guys. We should always sort of start at the bottom, work our way up, try and get no runs. Especially a slightly sunny day, you will burn the paintwork, but I did start my career off as a car valetner, so I know my way around a bit of truck wash and a jet wash. I haven't gone mad in the door shuts, just done mainly around the hinges where it's grubby. Right guys, another step closer today now in getting the front end of this Range Rover Evoque back together. The trick is, if we're ever doing anything like this, is obviously keep all the parts, label all the bolts up. We've accumulated a couple of extra parts as we've been buying bits and bobs, and we won't throw anything out until the car's actually built back up. So it's all been cleaned off, and put a bit of satin black on it to tidy some bits up on it and rust prevention, and then we're going to start slowly putting all the front end bits back on. And my plan is to, this vehicle since it's been here has just run to MOT, so my plan is to do what's called a dry build and build it all up to check everything lines up fully. I'm going to go a step further than that and actually build it properly, maybe a bit of duct tape on it, and get it in for MOT, make sure it doesn't fail or anything silly, and then come back in, strip the bumper back off it and any other bits read off to go to the paint shop. So we sort that now. As you can see, there are loads and loads of parts, some duplicates, some broken, but we will find what fits the best. They're all satin black. Right guys, we now got all the headlights in, wired up, all the bumper support brackets, headlight washer jets. I did just put water in the headlight washer bottle and we had a leak. I wasn't filming, but we've done that now. All the air duct rams are on for the radiator and the intercooler. And our next job is now to test the headlights are fully working and the washer jets are fully working. Okay guys, today's moment of truth. It's MOT day. So let's get this booty in for an MOT and see if she passes. Happy days. Right, let's see how she gets on, is it lads and ladies? Right guys, today we're at Gould's Vehicle Service and Repairs. Lee's a friend of mine and he's come to do the aircon regas to see if there's any problems on a little Range Rover. She's hooked up to the machine now. Let's see if we've got any leaks. Happy days. So here we are, swapping the bonnet over. This is actually a replacement bonnet, all fitted, washer jets going in, sound deadening pad going in, etc. A couple of seals going on. And then fastening on the front bumper back on properly. Arch liners going back in, clipping those wheel arch trims back on, and just generally building it back up. Hi guys, right, now that the Range Rover Evoque build is done, I thought I'd do what I'd like to call the scores on the doors, show how much we paid for it, how much the various bits cost, and see how much, you know, if you ever have a go of doing a damaged vehicle, to see how much things cost basically. So a mate of mine's been doing salvage cars a lot longer than I have, and he has a rule of thumb, he calls it, which is whatever you buy the vehicle for, you can almost spend exactly the same amount again on sorting it out and fixing it, repairing it and paint, etc. So this Range Rover, so it's come from a salvage auction. The winning bid plus all the fees and the auction fees and everything, we paid £2,095 for the car. Delivery of my mate Sean Rowlands, big shout out to Sean. That was £270. We picked up a whole load of second-hand parts from Facebook Marketplace. Now this was a bit of a job lot. We had lots of other parts with this. We had a rear bumper. We needed a fog light, fog light I think it is for the rear bumper, and the guy would only sell the rear bumper complete. So we bought a job lot of parts. This was a bonnet, 2 headlights, a rear bumper, the crash bar, a load of the sort of front ducts and everything, a grille I think it was. So we paid £350 for all of that. There's obviously some spares there we didn't use. The MOT was a trade price of £35. The aircon regas was also a trade price of £50, thanks to Lee Gould's Motors. The front bumper and a few extra parts we had from pickup spares. So it was a complete front bumper with a couple of extra aerodam bits and things like that, I think, as well. Good relationship with pickup spares, so they let me pull that off myself. So I saved a few quid. We paid £320 for that. We bought a brand new radiator from GT Motor Factors. That was £75. We ended up painting the bonnet in and out and the front bumper. So paint was £550. Shout out to them paint guys in Pontardawe for helping us out there. New front number plate was £10. A new logbook and 6 months tax was £143. Now, if you buy a salvage vehicle, quite often it doesn't come with a logbook. You have to apply for logbooks. There's a cost to that. Can be done in your local post office. Not the end of the world. Just takes a bit of time. Since having the vehicle, we did find the rear door latch was faulty, so we had to buy a new one of those, and a few missing clips we missing from the front end. That comes to £85. And the front brake pads were a little bit low, so we put a new set of front brake pads again from GT Factors for £28. So the grand total for everything with the 6 months tax is £4,011. Now, back to the start of this conversation of the rule of thumb. We paid £2,095, and the total of the fuel bill with the car was £4,011. So, like I say, roughly double the price of the purchase price. So the rule of thumb works quite well there. I hope you enjoyed watching this little video. I've quite enjoyed making it. Again, I'm not an expert in body repairs, but I've been on the block enough to have a good go and know my knowledge of well enough to do it. To a degree anyway. Hope to do some more videos in the future. So please like, subscribe and share. Here we go, guys. Test drive in the Range Rover Evoque. It's all fully complete. Got a couple of miles in it. It handles beautifully. Goes through the gears really well. It's got heated seats, TVs in the headrest. What more do you want, guys? What a place to be.
I got this light inside of me. I follow my heart, it's guiding me. You need love for the heights you're trying to reach. And don't lie to me.